Hello, today I'm going to talk about the evolution of AMD. This includes AMD processors, graphics cards, and other products. We are going to start off with CPUs. This is AMD's first ever processor. It only had a base speed of 500 kHz and a boost speed of 4 MHz. This is the AMD Athlon 64. It was the first ever processor to reach 1 GHz clock speed and was released in 1999. It only had a single core, so I would definitely not recommend it for gaming. This is an AMD Athlon 240GE. It came with an AMD Radeon Vega 3 integrated graphics card inside it. It also had dual cores, so if you are on a budget, I would recommend it. This is the first AMD Ryzen processor. It had the Zen architecture, and 4 cores. Would still not recommend it as it is one of the older CPUs. This is the AMD Ryzen 3 3300X. It only had 4 cores, but works excellent. It is also one of the newer processors, so even if you aren't on a budget, I would still recommend it. This is the AMD Ryzen 5 5600X. It had 6 cores, great performance, but no integrated graphics. It is also one of the more expensive processors, so I wouldn't recommend if you are on a limited budget. This is the Ryzen 7 3700X. It is older than the previous processor I showed, even though it performed slightly better. It had 8 cores and 16 threads, which makes me recommend it. Pro tip: do not bend the pins on your AMD processor. This could very easily kill the CPU, and also don't touch the pins. It will cause a short circuit. This is the top of the line processor. It is called the Ryzen 9 5950X. It had 16 cores, 32 threads. It costed about $1,500. This processor is called AMD EPYC. It is even better than the Ryzen 9 5950X. This processor had 32 cores. Yes, 32 cores. It even had 64 MB L3 cache. It also had 64 threads. In 2001, AMD released their first ever graphics card, the AMD HD 8000 series. These GPUs had a clock speed of approximately 1 GHz. Fun fact: did you know all of AMD's graphics cards are Calidradian? Fun fact: did you know that in some CPUs, there is a Radeon PWIN side of them? This is the AMD Radeon Vega 3 graphics card. It looks like it is just a processor, but it is not just that. It's a CPU with a graphics card inside of them. Pro tip: don't plug your monitor into your motherboard. Instead, plug it in your graphics card. This is the AMD Radeon R9 300 ATOC edition. It has 4 GB of GDDR5 memory and 30 PCIe. In April 18, 2017, the first RX 500 series graphics processor was released, the AMD RX 550. It had 2 GB of GDDR5 memory. I would recommend pairing this with at least a dual-core processor for 100 SAT Minecraft 1080p Ultra settings. This is the AMD Radeon RX 6500XT. This GPU was released in 18 January 2022. Fairly new graphics processor. It had 4 GB of GDDR5 memory. Pro tip: while building a computer, make sure Yurkus's airflow is good enough. Fun fact: the XT cards is exactly like NVIDIA Ti cards, except XT is more common to find than Ti. This is the AMD Radeon RX 6900 XT. It had 16 GB of GDDR6 memory, it was 4000 capable, and had 4 display ports. Here is what I prefer about each tech Macking company.
This is the end of the video. Bye.